Hey, what's up, everybody? April Marie here from aprilmarietucker.com, and I am just so excited because I have one of my favorite network marketers, online marketers on with me today, Diane Hochman, the legendary Diane Hochman.
Uh,
She is a phenomenon. She's really is just all in one, just an awesome lady, fun to hang with, and I'm just really excited to have you on. Welcome, Diane. Thank you so much for coming on with me today.
oh, super fun. One of my favorite girlfriends. It's good to be with you.
We get to be blonde and ambitious together
I know
today.
I don't look very blonde today, but I am. I really am. So I
Well,
love it.
if you didn't notice, my hair's actually wet too. I just put it up in a ponytail and just kind of blew dry my bangs. Just trying to make
Yeah,
it as fast. This
let's
is the fun
put.
part of working from home.
I figure I don't need to get dolled up when I'm amongst friends, right? Let's face it, we all work from home, and this is the reality. The reality of most of my days is I'm in a ponytail, or my hair's wet, or I'm cooking a chicken and taking care of the kids. So I gave up. Now that we're doing Hangouts in HD, I was just like, finally, forget it. Forget it. I'm just going to be who I am and be. And if people need a hairdo, they can come see me at a big event or something. So I'll get a hairdo when the next time we hang out at a big event. So.
We're actually, I thought you looked fabulous. I think you do look fabulous. I can tell you just look healthier and you just look good. You really do, Diane. So don't feel comfortable. And you're
I am.
awesome. And most people know that you're just awesome anyway. So I'm just really privileged to have you on today. Want to grill you a little bit because you have been doing this for some time. I mean, you've been doing this quite a while. So if you could just share a little bit about your history, how you got started, and how long you've been doing this for to the people watching.
Sure. April, it's funny. I was not looking for a home business. I didn't know there was such a thing as a home business when I started. It was 14 years ago. In fact, October 4th is my 14-year anniversary. And what happened was I bought some products from my husband's cousin, and it turned out they were from a network marketing opportunity, and I had good results with the products, and he invited me to a meeting. And I didn't know what a meeting was. I didn't know anything about this. I went down and I went, this is it. I'm going to solve all my family's problems. I'm going to pay off because I left my job to be home with my kids. We had run up a lot of debt. So we were kind of in a financial mess. I was kind of truthfully in an emotional mess. And all of a sudden I saw all these happy, wonderful people and I said, this is it. And I spent $72.95 and got my business started. That was 14 years ago. So, and the rest has been a magical mystery tour. So I don't know if we can delve into the rest, but that's how I got started and that's how I got here.
Right, because you were really, you wanted to be home with your kids, right?
Yep. It was, I had to be. I didn't want to. I had to be home with my kids. I left my job. I had a good job when I was pregnant with my second daughter. And I just figured, you know what, I had the rest of my life to make money, but I only had a certain period of time. And you know what I'm talking about. I only had so long with my kids. In fact, now the youngest one's a senior in high school, and the oldest one's a junior in college. So time has flown, and I'm blessed to say that I've been home with them all these years. So it was the most important thing to me. Yeah.
Right. Tell me a little bit, because I know you didn't start out on the internet, but I think you told me one time that you are like the longest lived person on the internet, like one of them. So tell me a little bit about that, because it's got to be a journey. It really does, because I know I just 3 years ago got started on the internet, and I look at you and I'm like, wow, this woman, she's really made it for herself. It's attraction marketing. Really, you are a role model to most women on the internet.
Wow, that's a huge
Not
statement.
that, but you are.
Well, here's how it happened. I started in traditional network marketing. I started my business with a house party and then did all the traditional stuff, circle of influence, prospecting at the mall. I did flyers. I hung signs on electric poles back when you could get away with it. Don't do that now, kids. You'll get in trouble. The police will come and get you. But we did all those traditional guerrilla marketing type of things. That's all we knew how to do, and that's what they taught us. They kept it super basic, and I did that until I got to the point where I just really hated it. I loved the products, I loved the program, I loved helping people with it, but I absolutely hated soliciting people, in the mall. Hi, excuse me, if I could show you a way type of stuff, trying to drag people to a meeting, etc. And that's when I hit the internet late at night. It's probably around 2000, because I started the end of 99. And I started searching, and I came across an ad that said, we can show you how to get prospects to call you. And I thought, that's it. That is exactly what I need. That's going to be exactly perfect for me. And I was still really pretty broke, so I rolled quarters. I literally saved quarters in a bucket until I had $200. And I went and got a money order and sent back then it was, there wasn't online merchant stuff like we have today. You couldn't order online. You had to literally mail a money order to a stranger, and like an idiot, I sent someone $217. And that's when I got a course that was about what we today call attraction marketing. And it was really direct response and mail order at the time. And I learned all these different techniques and ideas. And then as soon as I saw the internet starting to really heat up, I knew I could apply what I had learned, what I had started to do with postcards and booklets. I could apply it online. And of course, doing it online was much less expensive. Can you imagine mailing out 5,000 booklets a month?
No,
And
I
back then it was cheaper. It's really expensive now. We're mailing out 10,000 postcards. It really adds up. So all of a sudden I understood the concept of having a list and having people to market to and remarket to, and I went and I applied it to the internet. But what was really exciting, April, was around 2005 is when social media was born. See, before that, you had to know how to build websites and stuff. Nobody knew how to do that. Today, a 6-year-old can build a website. Anybody can install WordPress. Anybody can do it. But back then, there were like 6 guys that knew how to build a website. They charged a fortune. And once they built it, if you wanted to change like a word or a paragraph, you had to pay them again. So only big marketers had websites. But when blogs came out, like Blogger today we take for granted, Blogger was a big deal. I started to learn about social media, and I started to learn about how to get in front of the right audiences, and a little bit about keywords and all that type of stuff. And then video came. And once video came, the rest was history. So you figure 2006, 2007 is really when YouTube exploded. And while I was not one of the very first people in this industry on the internet, I was one of the very first people in this industry doing video marketing. And when there's only 6 people and millions of people searching, you kind of have an advantage, if you know what I mean. So
You're a pioneer.
can you imagine putting up a video? You put up a video, you go to bed, you wake up in the morning, there's 2,000 views, and you have like 4 million leads. It was like, oh my, it was like the pot of gold.
Gosh.
But April, as we all learn, things change, so you always have to prepare yourself and improve your skills, because of course today you can put up a video, go to bed, and wake up in the morning and 0 have seen it if you don't know what you're doing. So it was just a wonderful, sweet window of opportunity.
Right. I actually had somebody ask me, it wasn't that long ago, they said, do you think it's harder to do internet marketing now than it was like when I got started? And I don't really think it's harder, but
No.
I mean, I'd love to hear what you think about that.
It's not harder, it's just different, because when I started, you couldn't create, like nowadays we can go create, create a site in minutes, and you couldn't do that. Nowadays you can, here's my iPad, right? I can grab my iPad right now. I will do it right now while we're hanging out, April. While I'm talking to you, I'll do this while I'm talking. I can turn on my camera. And I don't mean to mess up the interview here, but watch. Because I want to prove this to everybody. See, I can go like this. I can turn on my camera and go, hey guys, it's Diane, and believe it or not, I am live streaming with April Marie Tucker, and she is the most incredible woman. But I just wanted to show everybody how you can make a video in 2 minutes, and before I'm done with April, this video is going to be up on YouTube. Back in 2005, 2006, 2007, it took hours to make a video. Now I can do it in 2 minutes. So if you're not making videos and using video marketing, you're crazy. I'll see you guys later.
That was awesome.
I just made that, right? Now,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I hit the wrong button, and I actually took a picture of myself instead of a video. But you guys get the idea. If I had gotten that video properly, what would happen is I could have hit the button, and before we were done here, it would be up. Previously, you'd have to do a video, you'd have to transcode it, you'd have to move it from your camera to your computer, you'd have to change the format, then you'd have to do all this stuff to edit it, then you'd have to upload it. It could take you 5 hours to get a video online. So is it easier or is it harder? Your choice, because now you have to do a little more to get your videos seen. But now you press one button, you can install WordPress. WordPress used to be very technical.
Oh yeah, when I started, it was I
Yep.
installed a WordPress recently. I was like, wow, this is a lot easier than when I
you,
started.
you hit a button. It's like boom, installed. So
Yeah,
it's the technology is easier and more user friendly. Getting out into the marketplace maybe a little bit more complicated, but on the flip side, there's more hungry people looking. So I think it's all a mindset. I think if I
yeah,
started today, I would still do the same because of the drive and the ambition and the desire. So.
right,
And
right.
look at you. I mean, look at you over the couple years. I mean, everybody knows who you are because you were just everywhere, still are everywhere. And that's the key is really just getting your word out.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And just being very consistent.
Exactly. And most people just don't want to accept that. It's the consistency. You don't have to be slick. You don't have to be fancy. Just
No,
consistent.
exactly, exactly. And I know, Diane, because I know for myself, anyways, I've only been online for, oh, it will be 4 years next June. So, I mean, it's 3.5 now, I
Yep.
think. I've just seen so many people come and go, just so many. And it's like they were there. They were there. They could even
Yep.
be like me, and all of a sudden they're not. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, try doing it for 14 years and think about the number of people I've seen. I've not only seen people that were there, I've seen people that made six figures one year and were at the top of the game and everything, and then they would let it go. And that's all about our mindset, about how we've trained our mind, whether we're ready to accept success, whether we're ready to accept the income that can flow from this business. A lot of people self-sabotage. Some at the early stages, they won't follow simple directions and get set up, and some at the top stages, they can. I call it combusting. They just combust. And it's a shame, but that's part of the game. And by the way, it goes on in colleges, how many people start, how many people graduate. It goes on at medical school. It goes on at, people go and audition for The Voice just started last night. People go audition for different things. It goes on in music careers. It goes on in, sports. People have to prepare themselves to handle success. And if they don't, they will combust sooner or later.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times people they set themselves up, like they set themselves a limit, like they can only make so much or something, and
Yep.
then all of a sudden they get there and they're like, oh, and then they're like, okay,
Well,
now.
a lot of it has to do with our lives and how we were conditioned growing up and what our family did. I remember when I realized I made more money than my father or my husband ever did. Several years ago, all of a sudden I realized I had hit an income level that I was out, out earning all the authority figures in my life, and it was really weird and scary. It was scary because was I allowed to do this? Was it right that I did this? And even though consciously I knew, hey, I'm going to keep going, yeah, baby, subconsciously there's all these messages. Just being females, can and should women do this? Being, an online marketer, is it right? Is it this? People have opinions about our industry. Knowing that people come and go. Should you sell something to someone that might quit? And is that my responsibility? All that drama is in our
Right,
minds.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Conscious can really play tricks on you.
Yep. And you just have to decide that you're going where you want to go. And that you're going to help as many people as you can along the way. Because if I sit and think about the number of people that I've seen over 14 years, lots of people have come through my camp, and many of them have faded away. But there are numbers of them that their lives have been changed forever. And to me, that's worth it. To be able to, take a mom and bring her home with her kids, or take a dad and get him out of his job, or to take someone and put them back doing what they were born to do, their art or their sport or whatever. It's beautiful.
Right, and I love following you because you're just so entertaining. Like, you're just entertaining, and it's like one of those things. I know you're going to put an interesting twist on something that's happening in your training or whatever, and it's just going to kind of, it actually makes it click more for people. It makes it click more for me. So, you've impacted my life, Diana, definitely, and I know you've impacted a lot of people's lives in this industry. So that's why I sit there and I'm like
Oh,
this.
stop.
I know. It's so annoying, isn't it?
But it's funny because I mean, how do you know when you're getting old when people start honoring you like that? How do you know when you've been around a long time? Like when you get the Lifetime Achievement Award, you've been around a long time. But we're all just regular people doing regular things and so on and so forth. And the best part about this business is if you are consistent, like April's been teaching all of you, it snowballs. So I don't do anything more than I did years ago. In fact, I probably do less today than I did years ago to make more money. It's just that things snowball. You're following snowballs. The people that know you, the people that trust you, snowballs over time. So you can send out one email and get 10 times the results that you would have in the beginning, but it's only one email. It's the same email. And that's why it's such a it's so important that people keep going and keep accumulating those lists and the colleagues and the people they know, because it's really magical. And I know of no place else in the world that you can do what we do. I believe I have the easiest, most fun, simplest way in the world to make a great living. And even inside of this industry, I believe that there's a lot of different methods and techniques and ideas and concepts. Mine is like the be super lazy concept of making a lot of money. Snowball and really do this properly, you get to goof off. And I'm all about goofing off and having fun. And I have a funny feeling that you, my dear, are somebody who enjoys having a good time too. So it's the best part. It's the best part.
Being able to actually enjoy your kids and all that stuff. I mean, that to me, because I was like you, I didn't get to do that.
How old are your kids again? I know, but I forgot.
Mine are 7, 8, and 13.
See, it's such a great age that middle school, especially, they need you more in middle school than they needed you when they were babies, and it's such a great age and time for them. And I get a text now, hey Ma, what's going on? That's what I get, a text. She's gone. She's off at school and living the life and all that good stuff. So
Right, yeah. I know. It just goes by so fast. Even now I look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going by so quick.
it feels like when you're in the middle of it, it feels like, oh my God, I want to kill myself. They're driving me crazy. They're all fist fighting in the living room. But I'll tell you now, April, and this is the old lady talk that old ladies give to younger ladies. I'd give anything for a bicker tonight, between the two daughters. I'd love to hear them down the hall bickering because it's so quiet now. And all that bickering is just joy. It's the things you'll remember later. The things you'll tell the stories on Thanksgiving about. So
I do. I always look at my kids and I just look at them and I'm just like, wow, they're so beautiful. And, I just am so grateful. I have so much gratitude every day because it's just where I'm at in my life right now, Brings tears to my eyes.
It's funny. You can tell we're women because most of the time when we do interviews like this, everybody wants to know, okay, tell us a secret marketing technique, or tell us the secret to success, or if you had to start, this is the question they always ask, if you had to start over today with no money and no list, what would you do? And you and I are sitting here talking about life and what's important in life.
Right.
And I want all of you guys that are watching to realize that really is what it is. You do this and you learn the techniques and you do the work so that you can have the joy. Because we only have one shot at joy and bliss and all of that time. We only have one shot of the prime of our life, our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, and so on. We only have one time of that. My phones are ringing. Sorry. I don't know if you guys hear them, but they're ringing.
I won't keep you too long, Diane. I just wanted to really get you on. I know we were just chatting a little bit before this, but Live the Dream's coming up. You're going to be speaking on stage, and I actually got to see you speak on stage for the first time at Live the Dream 2 in Orlando, and I will tell you, you blew my mind. I was like, that was when I first finally saw you. I never really knew who you were until Live the Dream 2, and then I've been following you ever since. So that event actually changed my life, and I know it changed a lot of people's lives, and events really do that. So why don't we close out with why people need to attend events? I mean, really, to you, what does that mean?
And be here today if I hadn't attended so many events, because each event you go to, obviously you learn content, you learn information, and Live the Dream this year, first weekend of November, we're going to have the best of the best teaching the best techniques and content in the industry, bar none. So the content's going to be great and you're going to learn. But what's more important is you spend the weekend with people that are going in the same direction as you. You get to spend time getting to know each other. You get to build relationships. Because if you look today at who I do business with and frankly who I make the most money with, it's all the people that I met at events years ago. You know, at the very beginning in my network marketing career, I went to the events and I ended up becoming friends with the #1 distributors in the company, and I got invited to all their suite parties, and that's where you got the real good stuff. You know, on stage they stuff, good information, but in the suite was always where the nitty-gritty juicy stuff was. When I got into this industry, I flew to California and went to an event, and that's where I met Mike Dillard and Ray Fong and Fernie Ceballos and Jonathan Budd and all of these guys that I work with so closely today. And it was because we were all hanging around at the bar having a good time talking. Fast forward so many years. Now, guys, it's your time to get to an event. It's your time to find a partner to work with, a runny buddy. Who knows? You may, organization that comes up or the next big stars. Look at Frank Marino and Mark Harbert. Look at all these partnerships. Brian and Norbert and all the guys from MLSP. They met at an event. And that's why we go, guys. We go for the relationships because, let's face it, who would you rather do business with, a stranger on the internet or somebody you've met that you know you like and that you trust? The money is at the events. All the money that you're seeking, all the success that you're seeking, it's sitting in the events. And it is the most important investment you can make in your year to train, automobile, whatever you have to do, and come out and see us in San Diego. But besides, for me, November in Connecticut ain't that pretty, if you know what I'm saying. So getting on a plane and going to San Diego in November is not too crushing to me. It's going to be really great. But I'm looking forward to see you. I'm sure April and I will be huddled somewhere. April, do you enjoy adult beverages or do you enjoy? Okay, so we'll be in a corner somewhere having an adult beverage and talking the nitty-gritty. Come find us. If you buy us an adult beverage, we'll tell you more. And it's going to be incredible. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. I've been working on what I'm going to be speaking about there. I'm going to be going to what I call the deep abyss and teaching some amazing attraction marketing ideas and concepts that most people are not aware of. And, of course, we're going to have all your Facebook training, all your video marketing training, all your blogging training, all your relationship training, your prospecting and recruiting training. It's the whole kit and caboodle all rolled up in 2 days. And the last thing I would tell people, April, is there's different options for tickets, and April will give you information on where to get tickets. But VIP, there's an option for VIP, and what VIP does is it gives you better seating, of course, but it gives you access to some smaller parties, more intimate, where you can really get access to all the movers and shakers. And it is, a lot of people think, oh, that's expensive or that costs more, or I'm just going to go with the basic. That's really where you want to be, because in that room is where you're really going to get to see what's really going on. So I can't encourage you enough. If you need to get the basic ticket today, go get the basic ticket, and then you can upgrade it. If you can swing the whole thing, go get the whole thing. But you are really going to be happy you did, and most importantly, it's going to close out your 2013 strong and set you up for 2014. I want you to have the best year ever, and you need to close out your year. And let this be how you put the cherry on top of this year and go flying into the next year.
Yeah, this is your 2014. It really is. This is it.
I know.
I don't think people realize that. I've just learned that, through being online and being with my mentors and things like that. They always tell me it's 90-day cycles.
Yeah. And the last quarter of the year, December, in my opinion, December doesn't really count in a way because a lot of people, they're too busy eating cheesecake and wrapping presents and stuff in December. So the last quarter is really September, October, November. So we want to be really working now and doing what we need to do now, get to live the dream November. And then December, obviously we work through December because it's very important to work through that because the January rush comes. But December also is a great time of planning and of getting with the mentors and, all the people that you met at this event, etc., and planning out what you want for your next year. So November is the perfect time. I'm actually glad that it's a little later this year. It's the perfect time for this event.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see everybody. And I will, I don't know if you knew this, but I forgot to tell you, I will be on stage. I just found out.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
I didn't
know.
know that. That's spectacular, as you should
I
be.
didn't know either.
As
So
you
maybe,
should be. As you should be. You're one of our
uh,
most illustrious, valued leaders at My Lead System Pro,
yeah.
so that thrills me. But beyond that, I think that the next generation coming up, it's great. Diane's talking or this one's talking, but I always talk. I'm excited to see the next generation, and that's why I want people to come to Live the Dream, because they are behind you. They are the next generation. That's what My Lead System Pro is about. It's about bringing up the next generation of rock stars. That's our commitment to the marketing community. It's not just sell stuff and make money and all that good stuff, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, and I'm all about selling stuff and making money, but it's also about leaving a legacy. So we're looking to impact the next mom, the next dad, the next person that wants to come up and change their life. So your being on stage thrills me to no end. I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Thank you, Diane. I really appreciate you, and I really can't wait to see you.
We're gonna have good. We'll have some. Yeah, we'll have those cocktails, and maybe they don't really have dancing at those parties, but maybe we'll dance on the tables anyway, just for fun. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And if you buy a VIP ticket from me or Diane, like, we'll buy you a drink.
Oh, no, 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 wait, April, let me train you. Here we go, guys, you're going to get training. So I will now groom April to be the rock star that she is. April, at the event, you don't buy them the drinks, they buy you the drinks. And I'm not being a jerk. I'm saying that because when they do, first of all, it gives them a sense of pride. But second of all, you can drop some nuggets. I mean, let's face it, guys, when the guys want to pick up chicks, they buy them a drink. When you want to pick up a mentor, you buy them a drink. And if you're really smart, you'll bring them a snack. So now, luckily, guys, here's the news. At the VIP parties, the drinks are free. So you can buy us a drink. We can buy you a drink. They're all included.
Oh,
But but let them buy you the drink. Guys, buy April Marie a drink. And if you're really smart right now, you're going to run over to Facebook or whatever. Get her one of those, I don't know what she likes, but figure out what she likes, a Starbucks gift card, a this or that, $5. Send her something and say, April, I appreciate you. April, you made a difference for me. I don't care what it is. Send her something, put something on her wall. Tell her how great she is. Tell her how much she means to you, and tell her how much you appreciate her. That's the first thing that you can do to start your day off right. Go do that and let people know that she's made a difference for you, and you'll see all of that will come back to you guys as you move up into the leadership roles. Your people will adore you as much as April's people adore her. So leave a comment on this and say, we love April.
thank you, Diane. That's how it's done, guys.
You have to train the new generation to honor the generation before. It's been lost in America. Love your grandparents, love your parents. In this industry, that's what we are. I'm a grandma. April's a mama here in this world. So love your mama and send her a nice a little goodie or something, or just let her know that you appreciate her. That's it.
Do the same for Diane Hochman. You can find her all over Facebook. She's everywhere. And then get your tickets. I don't know, Diane, if you're going to put this out, but I know for me, underneath my blog, underneath this video, there will be a link. Make sure that you get your tickets so you can come hang out with us. Us rock stars. Us moms.
There you go. There you go. And that day I wore my hair, but today it was, we're working today, so it is what it is.
Yeah, we are.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, we are. I was in a hurry today, so cool. Thank you so much, Diane. I really appreciate you, and thank you, everybody that's watching. You guys are all awesome. Hope to see you at Live the Dream. Bye for now, everybody.